Welcome to Story Scaling by podcastvideos.com, where creators share the truth behind the content, the grind, and the growth. Friends and family, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Story Scaling. I am Bang of podcastvideos.com. Thank you for watching these episodes because we really enjoy having you to share them with. Now, today's a special day. I have two amazing, I think we need some like drum right there. Like I'm out there. Exactly. We have two amazing podcasters, storytellers, just phenomenal people in our community.
Thank you. I'm Danielle Keller. The other Danielle Shum. Not just the other Danielle. Well, you know, we're also called the two Danielles.
I have the two Danielles in the studio right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm honored. I want to introduce you with this bio. So this is what I think, and this is what the streets think.
Okay.
You know,
I can't wait. The streets.
Yeah, this is what the streets are saying about the Danielle. Word on the street.
Okay.
It says, today's guests are Danielle S. and Danielle K., the dynamic duo behind the People of NWA podcast, which just announced its third season. Their show is fun, engaging, and a platform that highlights the people of Northwest Arkansas in fresh and unique ways, celebrating stories that might otherwise go unheard. Danielle K. is an incredible photographer and filmmaker with an incredible eye for capturing authentic human moments. Danielle S. is a lover of 90s hip-hop and a talented voice actor who brings a vibrant, creative edge to every project. Beyond their professional and creative talents, both are wives, devoted mothers, balancing the beautiful chaos of parenting, which brings a different look and uplifts their community. With season 3 underway, they're continuing to showcase their voice experiences and the hidden gems of NWA, reminding us the power of stories.
I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. That was really good.
Really chaotic. Like,
Look,
very.
this.
I was about to say, tell me, I'm not a parent yet.
No, I would say the one thing that you didn't get in there though is that I newly purchased a magazine, so I'm now a magazine editor as well.
Let's start there. Congratulations, Mike.
Yes.
Congrats. Tell me about the magazine.
Yeah, so my husband and I just purchased a magazine called Peekaboo, and it was in print from 2008 to 2020 here in Northwest Arkansas. It's family focused, kids, parents, anything that has to do with life as a family. It's story driven, like everything that we do.
Right.
And we just brought it back. August was our first issue out, and our October issue is now our third issue out. And we're moving the train forward. We're highlighting people in the community. We've made the magazine a more traditional, larger size magazine, soft touch, just a different kind of feel, caliber. My favorite thing to tell people, I was just on another podcast talking about the magazine specifically. And my favorite thing is when I've delivered the magazine to people and they smell it. They're like,
Like a fresh print smell.
Yeah.
And I think, part of that is because we are making the magazine here locally and we're getting it printed locally. And so like we can go and watch the magazine be printed and we basically get it right off the press and take it out to deliver it. So
beautiful.
It's a great magazine.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun and just really exciting stuff happening in Northwest Arkansas. So by, in high school and college, I wrote for my school paper. And so it's kind of like this full circle. Somebody recently called me, they were like, you're a media entrepreneur. And I was like, oh, that's a term I haven't heard before.
But added to the...
Added.
Yeah, that's your new tagline.
Filmmaking, photography, marketing, media.
That's right.
And publishing. So let's go.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
That's major. That's major.
It's really been fun. So yeah.
I'm happy to have you guys here. I haven't seen y'all since
you were on our show.
I know.
Yeah.
A lot has changed.
Changed. You're married.
Yeah.
I'm married. Absolutely.
So amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to ask though.
Come on.
When we talked about your girlfriend at the time, is that who you're married to?
Yeah, same person.
I love that.
I wonder how much of this interview is going to be you guys asking me.
Just a catch-up interview.
Just know you guys are the ones being interviewed right now.
I know.
I want to learn about you guys and hear your story. Okay, a lot of people say that.
Okay.
No, but to those who don't know, like, I'm newly married, 6 months in.
Nice.
Literally, love of my life, college sweetheart. I knew a decade ago I was going to marry her. Actually wrote it down. I think I told you that.
Yes.
And so just to see it kind of come.
Yeah.
My heart is like bursting right now. I love this.
But don't you remember? Because we interviewed him. He talked about his girlfriend, the love of his life.
Yeah.
And then I think when we aired your episode, you guys had broken up or like you had taken a break or something. Or something was like going on, right?
I don't remember.
I can't remember.
Okay. Yeah, something happened like where you were like.
Love can be fickle.
Maybe it was like I think what I said was don't. No. I think it was something like I just said don't put it in there.
Oh, right.
Because I didn't want to
protecting your private life.
Exactly. That I think
that's what it was.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Okay.
No
maybe I'm thinking of somebody else.
You are. No, you are thinking of someone, a different guest.
I just now remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
Different guest.
Sorry.
No, it's all good.
Sorry, wife.
We married. Like we going strong. We going strong. So. Okay. Let's go back in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know who y'all are.
Okay.
You know, as deep as you want to go, or as you know, how
much time?
We got some time. Like let's unpack. Now you guys are business owners and storytellers and movers and shakers in the community. But where did that even come from? What did 10-year-old Danielle think you'd be doing? Like, how did you fall in love with podcasting? Or you know what I mean? Like let's take a deep dive.
Well, you know what's funny is when I was like 10, I would like record I had a little like Ninja Turtle like cassette deck, and I would record like fake radio shows. And I never thought anything about it.
Wow.
But I have like, this is, I would say like whatever the station was, just like for fun. But then I went to school and went into like business marketing and sales in the world of hospitality. I never thought I would be doing this. It was like, I have to go to college. I have to go get a job out in the business world. I never really like considered a creative avenue. I just thought, and I've been thinking about this a lot lately, how like maybe our generation was kind of told this is the path that you take.
Absolutely.
Or you should take, but then you kind of get to a point where you're like, wait, is this what I'm passionate about? And so mine was kind of an unlikely happening. I was just helping my mom out with a nonprofit run and walk, and we did an auction, and the auctioneer like couldn't come. And I feel like this is something that happens to me a lot. Like somebody couldn't come, so I fill in, and then something happens from that.
Yeah.
So I was just like joking around and like having fun, and did the auction. And then someone with the Dallas Morning News was like, you should do voice acting. And I was like, I literally would have never woken up a day in my life and thought I should do that. It was just completely random. And then I recorded a demo. I got an agent in Dallas. I did like commercial work, which was fun. I used to have to go to like improv. My agent would make me go to like improv classes, and I'm good at a lot of things, but improv is not my strong suit.
Yeah.
Like it was like, whose line is it anyway?
Have you seen that show? Yeah, I have.
Well, maybe if I was with like people I was comfortable, or it either has to be complete strangers or people I know. But these were people I'd been in class with a few days. We're all like kind of competitive, and I don't know. It just felt really like
I get it.
awkward.
Yeah.
and so when I moved here, they didn't have an agency here, so I just represented myself. And Danielle and I met at Mother's Day Out. And she was working on a documentary and needed someone to do the sizzle reel. So I did that for her. And
how long ago?
8 years.
It's been a while. So we did the sizzle reel back in like 2018, 2019.
Yeah.
No, 2019.
Yeah.
Yes, 2019.
And she was guest appearing on Brock Radio's show. And she was like, hey, you should come on one day. So we went on, and our banter was so ridiculous and fun. She called me. I think I was like grocery shopping. She's like, do you want to do a podcast? And I was like, I've actually always wanted to do like since COVID times.
Yeah.
I just remember like sitting at the house during COVID and thinking, ugh, everything's so like sad and like, intense. I want to like put something positive out in the world.
Yeah.
Like some, like a break from.
Totally.
And because I just felt like everyone was isolated. I just always felt like if everyone could just like connect somehow and come to understanding that like we could find commonplace in a positive way. And so when we met, we kind of had the same goal in mind. Like let's do this. And I love that we align on what we want our storytelling to be. We're not, we have opinions, but we always want to come from we not a us and them, or we want to like weave together everyone's experience in the community and just be positive and just share things that are happening that are fun, exciting. Some people do have sad stories, but we're all about like hope, inspiring people, informing people, and just being a neutral place. You know, you're not going to be like, here's something, you're not going to feel worse about your day, like watching the news or something like that. So
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's like a really condensed.
No, that's
version.
great.
That's really condensed. I have some additions to add to that.
Oh,
give us your background,
My side of the story.
and then you can sprinkle in your,
I'll
you know what I'm
sprinkle in
saying.
things. So my background, I grew up in California.
Okay.
I had always loved storytelling. So that was something that was a thing that I enjoyed. I loved reading. I loved movies. I loved going to plays. I was really into stories, a lot of narrative stories, a lot of fictional stories. Probably as a kid more into fictional than nonfiction, just because I was a kid.
Right.
I'm still into fiction. Okay.
I mean, I'm still into fiction. I enjoy nonfiction an immense amount more than I used to as a child. It was funny. I was like thinking back to being 10 years old, and I'm like, oh, 10. I don't remember 10. I remember some things about 10, but I don't remember very much about it. I think for me, it started with writing. So I'd write. I would write poems about the world around me. I'd write little stories. I like to write about people that I knew. And so it was something that I think just continued to go on. And so when I was in high school and college, and I wrote for a school paper, and I was into stories that were like feature stories. So not like investigative journalists. I was interested in the stories that were about people in their lives and things that kind of we could celebrate. You know, I got to write stories about like the athletes who were really standout and things like that. And so then when I decided to pursue film and television production, that kind of was a core of who it was, is that storytelling aspect. And it just continued to continue.
It just evolved.
Yeah. And it's been the common thread throughout my life. And I've just kind of tried storytelling in all sorts of different ways, whether it's through film, TV production, podcasting, and
Peekaboo magazine.
So it's always been something that I really value. And I think that our stories are so important, you know, and our community stories are so important, and having the voices of other people is really valuable. It's kind of fun, like being able to talk about our stories, because we're so focused on other people's stories, which is what we love and what I love about what I get to do. But it's fun to think about, like, well, why do I like this? Why do I love this? And why is it important to me? And what is it about my background that just has impacted where I'm at today? You know, I grew up when it was a very analog world. You know, I didn't have an email address until I was a freshman in college. Like, it was...
Wow.
We're not going to talk about how old I am.
Yeah.
Yes, really.
Damn, yeah.
I'm older than you, remember? We're not going to talk about how old I am. I mean, I don't care if we talk about life. We can play this game. Like, this is a fun game. Like, Jeremiah, guess how old I am?
No, I don't like this game.
I don't like the game.
He definitely doesn't like that game.
But I will say I wouldn't have flagged you to not have had an email until you got in college. Like, I wouldn't have said you were, you know what I mean?
By the way, I love when people don't change their emails from high school. Like, it's like Texas girl,
Texas Barbie, you know what I mean? 25. Yeah.
It's always like Hotmail.
Yeah,
I know.
exactly. I used to have Hotmail.
It's so funny. Yeah, my first email address was the college I went to.
Wow.
My college email. College, the university that I was at. And so I grew up in a world that was very analog. It was very different than what my kids are growing up in. And so it kind of had a different, I think, influence on me and impact on the world and how I see it. So it's very interesting to think about just that kind of nostalgia that comes back into storytelling. And I think right now, being able to print a magazine is really cool. Being able to do a podcast is really neat. I remember when I was doing TV production, though, our studio's right next to the radio studio. And the radio guys were always like, we have faces for radio. You know, like they were all like, they'd have these like amazing voices. And they're like, yeah, we don't want to be in front of camera. Like, you guys can be in front of camera. We're not going to be in front of camera. And so it's like the ongoing joke. But I think it's really neat. You know, I did like tape to tape, reel to reel, type of editing, like
That'd be
before
the
digital
edits.
editing. Yeah, like videos, people might not even
You
know
really
this is a
in it,
video
like you-
toaster. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like way back. I mean, I remember you had to lay your control track
Yep.
and then you had to lay, it's called linear editing.
Yep.
So you had to lay your edits one by one
Yep.
and you had to get it so precise. And if you didn't get so precise, you would have like a glitch or you would have
Mhm.
like a blank space in between your edits. And so it wouldn't flow. And it's wild to think about transitioning from that style of editing to nonlinear editing and being able to digitize it and just
Yeah.
how much faster you can work.
I mean, I know what it's like when you had to record a VHS and you had to be, or the radio
Yeah.
track.
Yeah, I mean, it's
For real. I remember that.
It's only record over like your wedding day,
I
like an
know.
episode
Absolutely.
of like Jerry Springer. I don't
Yeah.
so funny and so true though. I mean, that's just how it was. Like it was a different world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were from California, and I didn't know you were from Texas.
Oh yeah. I grew up in Northern California. So
Okay.
Modesto is where I grew up.
Yep.
Primarily born in the Bay Area and then grew up in Modesto, California,
Wow.
where Lacey Peterson is from. I did not know her. I did know Chandra Levy though. So
When did you
everybody knows who that is. You don't. You obviously
No.
don't.
I do not know who that is.
Lacey Peterson. There's a
that
whole
name sounds,
I know
that name
Lacey
sounds familiar.
Peterson.
there's a documentary about her being, unalived over on Netflix. So it's kind of like incredibly tragic.
Yeah.
Honestly. So yeah, it's really sad. But also George Lucas is from Modesto.
Okay.
So let's go that
Now
direction.
we talking. Yeah, now we talking.
So I know way too much about George Lucas and about how he got his start in film and how he was a race car. This is little information. If you didn't know much about George Lucas, he was a race car driver back in the day, like when he was a teenager and in college and he wanted to race cars. That's what he wanted to do for his life. So I think he was like 19, I want to say 17 or 19, one of those ages. And he got in a really bad accident doing race car driving and like wrapped his car around a tree and it like changed his life significantly. And he kind of went into the direction of pursuing film and storytelling. And yeah, so there's like some really interesting little tidbit fact information. So,
I resonate with both of you guys' stories in two different ways. You being more of the writer, poems and, you know what I mean, kind of that thing. That's how my start came as well. Before, making full songs and being on stages and stuff, it was writing poetry and just really processing, feelings and emotions in real time.
I remember you talking about that.
Yeah. Also, they gotta go back to that episode. What season was that?
Season 1.
Season 1.
Yeah.
you were like one of our
Season 1.
look it up.
People of NWA podcast, season 1.
Yeah.
Go check out our episode. It was a really good conversation.
I'm gonna find what episode it was.
And then for you, you talk about how just in your journey, things happen and you ended up kind of where you are now, but it almost now looking back feels like it was almost predestined, full circle.
Yeah.
You were just on your path.
Yeah. It's like these doors close and you're like, all right, I guess I'm just going to keep continuing down this path.
Yeah.
And then it's almost like, wait, I thought that was an accident or that was a random thing that I hadn't planned.
Yeah.
But I found lately that like, I'm just going with the flow, right? Like, you got to like row your own boat.
For
like
sure.
the song, like you just got to keep. And it's weird how you have to just like, you're like, okay, this is my moment.
Yep.
I'm like just going into this.
Yep.
Yeah.
My experience is similar in terms of I've always had the personality that I have. Like even as a kid, I look back at some of them home videos and I'm standing on my table performing for my family at like 5 and 6. But I became...
have a specific visual right
I mean, I just posted a video on my Instagram of like, me being a kid and I'm just like, kind of what you were saying about walking around doing the radio interview.
Yeah.
I was like, wearing my uncle's necklace, like, what's up? All that nigga, like
Totally.
all these different stuff. But, I also became increasingly aware of the pressure of attention at a very young age.
Right.
And so by like age 10, I'm like, I'm out on anything entertainment, anything that puts me on a level where people can publicly scrutinize or judge me, hard pass.
Yeah.
At like 10 or 11. And so I spent the majority of my years like, no, I don't want to do this. People would ask me to come and perform and speak and I'd be like, nah, I'm good. And then conversation with my grandmother, she's like, stop saying no. You know what I mean? You never know what doors are opening or closing and so on and so forth. And so
Yeah.
now you fast forward and here we are.
Yeah.
All
Look.
Yeah, and look, right? Like
love
it's just
it.
it's crazy. It's
Yes.
crazy to see. But that part of your story really resonates with me.
Yeah.
I would love to piggyback on that. I think that I remember we talked about that on our podcast about your grandma and how she instilled that in you and kind of told you don't stop saying no.
It was weird.
And I think there's also kind of an addendum to this in my life and my story is you're never too old to do something new.
That's right.
You're really not ever too old. And I will reveal how old I am. I guess. I'm 48.
Wow.
And
I didn't even know
Keep
that.
doing
Whatever.
Hey, whatever you
I really didn't. I didn't know.
Keep doing what
You did?
I forget things. I'm terrible. You could be like, you could be like, Danny, I have to tell you something.
Yeah.
I really don't want you to tell anyone. And I'd be like, okay. And the next day I'd be like, I don't, did you tell
you
me
don't even got to
something?
worry about me
No.
telling nobody because like I don't remember what it was.
I wouldn't.
You need to keep drinking your water and praying and whatever you're doing because it's working. Like
That's true.
I mean, so a big part of my story is kind of being a late bloomer and things happening later in life for me.
Sure.
And I think that a lot of people get to a place in life and they think they can't try something new. You can. You can try something new. You can reinvent yourself. There's been a common thread through all of the things I've tried new, but there are some things that like kind of like when I tell people that I've worked for like a builder and I worked in like a chiropractor office and I did, so like I did like all these like little random jobs here and there.
Side quests.
Yeah, I like it.
love
That's what it is.
Quests.
They're not as
Side
exciting as you think, like a little animal with like a note for you.
I do have to tell you about an almost really funny side quest that I almost had. It was after I'd graduated college. I had a film degree and I went back to California and it was the writer's strike in Hollywood. And so there was no jobs, nobody. There was a hiring freeze, and I wanted to be a writer. I wanted to be a writer on a show. I wanted to get on in a writing team, writing room, and there were no jobs. And so I kind of had to just work all these like random jobs. I mean, it's expensive to live in California and in Southern California, and even with roommates. I mean, like all of the
That's
things.
why they're all
it's like
coming
so
here in
insane when I
Texas.
think about it. And I was working like almost 3 jobs, and
Oh
so
my
I had 2
gosh.
jobs, and then I almost took on a 3rd job, and I was recommended as a night receptionist at a
What are you gonna say?
person. So I like
I
like
thought a night
retired-
receptionist was like a euphemism for something.
Yeah, I
else.
know. I was what you
Like,
getting. Like
it's not
Like, I was-
scandalous. It's not.
I know. I was too. I was like, well, what are you about to say?
That was
I'm like
really
bated breath. An overnight what?
at a nursing home.
That's
Okay,
you
cool.
didn't
Night
need to.
receptionist as a nursing home. And so I was hired. I did my 1 night of training. When I say 1 night, I literally only did 1 night. So the man that was training me, he was the nicest man ever.
Wait, you only worked there one night?
Oh yeah, listen, just listen.
Yeah. We get there.
We can get there. Yes, we're gonna get there. So he's training me and taking me around and telling me all the things I have to do. And I realized very quickly that this is not a night receptionist position. This is like a night security position. And I am a scaredy cat.
Yeah.
I don't do scary things. I also at this point in my life, I should have just really recognized like old people kind of scare me a little bit.
Yeah.
Not as much as they used to.
Yeah.
I had a grandma that was just really
That's
mean.
valid.
Like
Yeah,
I had a
that's
grandma
valid.
that was mean. And so like whenever I would go like with like Girl Scouts and things like that to like the nursing homes, I would like want to cry because I'm like, they're gonna all yell at me.
Yeah.
Because I was that was my experience.
Yeah.
You was laughing at first, like we getting deep there, yeah. Let's get real.
Let's get real.
I know. Like, oh.
And then I married somebody that has like these incredible relationships with his grandmas, and I'm like, oh gosh, grandmas can be nice.
Yeah.
So I'm working this 1 night, and I realized quickly that it's a security job, and it's all about like checking all the perimeters, the doors, the locks, the lights, the this, the that. If anybody wakes up in the middle of the night, they're gonna hit the call button. They're gonna like want you to come and help them. all of this.
Yeah,
And then,
yeah.
like, and then so we're walking around and there's like this one room that was like pitch black and you had to like walk to the other side and there's like these curtains and I was like,
You out.
I am done.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, take a deep breath. It's fine. You're with somebody right now. But I'm like, how am I gonna do this by myself? Like, I don't know. And then we go up and we're like doing like rounds around the halls and stuff. And I'm thinking, and he tells me, he goes, we come around a corner, he goes, oh, he's like, and by the way, sometimes they'll get up in the middle of the night. The residents will get up in the middle of the night and they'll just walk.
Literally. That's where my head is right now.
I know, right?
Yeah,
What if
I'm
someone
like,
just steps out,
yeah,
says
fact.
nothing?
Yeah.
Yes, no, 100%. I said, this is what's going to happen. He goes, don't be alarmed if you're doing rounds and one resident is out, walking the halls. Like sometimes they get restless and they just want to get out and move around. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And like in my head, I'm going, they're going to get up. I'm going to come around the corner. I'm going to see them. I'm going to scream. They're all going to wake up. They're all going to be pressing their button, wanting help. And I'm going to like just run away and cry.
Yeah.
I love that you manifested this whole non-existent scenario.
Oh, 100%.
But
100%.
But you know your strength.
Called intrusive thoughts.
You know your strength. You knew that wasn't it for you. I like that. Yeah.
It's bad. I mean, it paid decent, but not enough to what I would have to sacrifice.
No, that is a crazy side quest.
That is a wild side.
I mean, I've taken some odd jobs.
Crazy side quest. It was one night.
It was
One night.
What would it take to get you to go to a haunted house this year?
I've been
0%
I've
check?
been to them. I've
Okay.
gone to them. I can handle them to a certain extent. Like Jeff and I went to one. I don't know if it was last Halloween or the Halloween before. What's really funny is Halloween is my favorite holiday. I love spooky things. I know it doesn't make sense.
No, that,
I don't
that,
really-
but I get it.
I like the dressing up part. I like the spookiness of it, but I don't like the like straight up like horror part of it.
Yeah.
So that's not my thing at all.
Yeah.
There's just certain, like my family has come to love, like all I can think about is like the decorations in our house. I'm going to tell one really quick story about how much we love Halloween and how much my daughter loves Halloween. So we have like lots of different skeletons, animal skeletons and stuff. And when she was like
Real
3 or 4.
Oh,
Me and Danielle kind of think the same. Because my first mom went real way. Of course, you don't got real ones in there.
well,
So right, exactly.
know.
But you never know when people be on.
I don't know.
I
if
mean,
you have real
you are
ones
not
or
wrong.
not.
And I'm sure people do, but I guess
I have friends that have animal bones. They hunt.
Oh, no.
So that's why I'm just asking.
Yeah, no.
Okay, not real.
No, they're not real. The ones that you like buy from like Target or
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
like Michael's
Like
or whatever.
plastic.
Like the plastic.
Okay.
No animals were harmed.
skeleton.
Yeah, that's
no
good.
animals
Yeah.
were harmed. So we have a lot.
I don't know. I'm just
Like, sorry. I just am going off on a random topic, but it's so funny to me because we have a love of Halloween and these things that are like slightly spooky, but nothing super creepy.
Yeah.
So my daughter loves stuffed animals. Like she has like hundreds of them.
Mhm.
And she's 10 now. When she was like probably about 3 or 4, we got some of these animal skeletons or whatever. Well, there was this cat one and she was obsessed with cats at the time. So she used to take the cat. She would like take it around like it was a stuffed animal.
Yeah.
And one day we were like, well, what'd you name it? She named it Fluffy.
Fluffy?
Oh, poor Fluffy.
Yeah.
No longer Fluffy.
No longer Fluffy.
Sorry. this
Wait,
is
what
so-
happened?
No, because it was a
His
skeleton
bones.
cat.
Fluffy's Fluffy's deceased.
The most, you can just edit that all.
Maybe
No,
you
that's
should
good.
get her a real Fluffy instead of a dead Fluffy.
I love that.
She has a lot of fluffy stuffed animals.
I love that.
All the
my
time.
God.
It was an ongoing.
I think it's funny that we thought she had real animal bones. in
My
her
first mom was like, you never know how people celebrate. So like if that's you know what I mean?
This is true.
house. I'm like, I need to go say a prayer at your house.
Right.
You don't. There's nothing there's no horror there.
Okay.
Like I said, I like the like spooky part.
Yeah.
I
Not
get
the
that.
creepy,
I'm-
not the really.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah. So.
Danielle S., what brought you to Fayetteville or Northwest Arkansas?
So I came for my husband's job.
Okay.
And I had never been to this area. I had been to like Eureka Springs many
Mhm.
times. And I went to school at College of Missouri. So we would come, down through Arkansas. Ironically, I had been to A&Q Chicken in Springdale before. But never to North. I know. It was really good,
Yeah.
by the way, in the heyday. But we came up here and I was like 36 weeks pregnant. And we saw 3 houses, and I'm usually a control freak. Like I want to know where I'm living. I want to but I was so pregnant and I had the flu. I didn't know I had the flu at the time, but I had it. And we walked into like the 3rd house and I was like, I don't even care. Like, yeah, this looks good. And so we moved up here. Nice house, though. We moved up here and I didn't know anything about the area. I honestly thought, I was like, all right, 2 years, let's do 2 years here. Then we'll go back to Dallas. Cause I'm from like the actual like city of Dallas. Like I meet a lot of people, they're from like surrounding areas.
Yeah, you're from Dallas.
Yeah, like I was used to like city living. And so I just wasn't, and the funny thing is I wanted to live in Fayetteville. So I was like, Fayetteville's more like a close, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, this will be a good fit for me. But then the commute was going to be too far for me. So I kind of reset when I moved here. I like had my 2nd daughter. I was still like trying to get my bearings with voiceover. I just took up like a pause button. And then I came to really like it here, so much so that I told my family, I'm sorry, but I don't think I would move back. Like I love visiting home. I love visiting Dallas, shopping, family,
sure,
the food scene. But I love this area. I've grown to like really love it. I like that I kind of came in right before things took off.
Yep.
Or I mean, they were like in the process.
Yeah.
It was like 9 years ago. So yeah, that's what brought me here. And I'm really glad that I came here just because I just love the culture and of all the cities in Northwest Arkansas. I spent a lot of time, more time in Fayetteville than I ever thought I would. I love Fayetteville. I want my kids to go there. Like I want to stay. This is like my place now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Aw,
I know.
I mean, NWA will get you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it'll get you. It'll get you.
I agree.
It's cool that 2 people from not here originally created a People of NWA podcast.
Yeah. We've talked about, my husband thinks it's so funny because he's like, you wanted to leave after 2 years.
Yeah.
Not after, but like in the beginning, it was like 2 years.
Yeah.
And he's like, and now you have a podcast about the people of Northwest Arkansas.
Let's talk about that. Like, I think it's ironic, but it's also super dope. Like, let's talk about how that why the People of NWA, because it could have been about filmmaking and voiceover and why go back to California or whatever, like why People of NWA podcast and what made those stories so compelling, you know what I mean, that needed to be told in this area.
I always just found it interesting. I just I wanted to hear from all walks of life living here because there's a unique thing happening here. Like some of the people we interview are from here or like a surrounding area, and they'll tell us about like how it used to be. And it's changing so quickly. I'm so curious about the experience of the people that are from here and the culture that has been here, and it still maintains. And then I'm so curious, like why, I mean, obviously we know the obvious reasons why some people are coming here. And to work in supply chain, CPG, but I'm so curious, like, you know, what it is that they're doing specifically here, because not everyone is coming here just for that reason. There's a surprising number of people that are coming for creative reasons or just for like the lifestyle they can have and they work somewhere else. So it's like, I'm just curious where people are coming from all over the world, what it is kind of their expectation is like living here, the businesses that they're bringing. I'm finding it to be almost like a anthropological case study of how this community is shaping. And I find it just very interesting. And so that was my reason.
No, I think that is totally in alignment with what we talked about. So when we first, just kind of backing up a little bit, when we first decided to do a podcast, the story, my point of view of the story of asking her to do a podcast, I did radio with Brock on Monday mornings.
Shout out to Brock.
Shout out to Brock. Friday night, I was out to dinner with some friends. I was working on a different kind of entrepreneurial journey. I opened this business up called Snaps NWA, and it was like a pop-up selfie like museum. So it was really fun. It only lasted a year because it was just the overhead was way too much. It was great. I think it could do well at some point if somebody else did it, but not me. So I was out to dinner with my business partners, and we were waiting for our table. And one of the ladies, her name is Cindy. Shout out to Cindy.
Shout out to
Sydney. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Sydney.
gosh. Sydney.
No, Cindy.
Shout out to Cindy.
Cindy, we're so sorry.
Shout out to Cindy.
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 Why
All right.
did I do that? I was thinking, yes. So Cindy, we're standing there waiting for our table, and she just looks over at me and she goes, "You know what? The next thing that you do is going to be a podcast." And I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "I'm manifesting that for you." And I was like, "What?" I was like, that is so random.
Wow.
But also at the same time, I was like, actually, I think that'd be cool to look into podcasting. And I don't know what that would entail. I have no idea.
Before she said it, you weren't really thinking about it though.
No,
Okay.
not as something I'd actually pursue.
Yeah.
I thought that there was a lot of cool things happening in podcasting space at the time. This was in like 2022. And so I was like, okay, well, like that would be awesome. But yeah, no. And then on Monday, Danielle comes on the radio show.
And I hadn't seen her in like a while.
Yeah, we
I mean, we were kind of just parallel
yeah, and
living,
we
and
had this great chemistry on air, and it was super fun. And that just Cindy's voice in my head was like podcast, and I was like, Danielle does voice acting, and so then I just kind of texted her and was like, hey, what would you think about doing a podcast? And I was just kind of being like, just to see what she would say.
Right.
And she was like, oh my gosh, I've always wanted to do podcasts.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
I'd always wanted to, but it was like, I was kind of at that point where it seems silly to think about now because I know how to do it now.
Sure.
But at the time, I just honestly didn't know where to start. Like I had a mic for recording and I could edit my own like auditions for voiceover work. But I honestly just didn't know where to start. And so it was very intimidating, like barrier to like get into me. And so the thought of like partnering with someone and then asking like Brock if he would produce, because I think he was already producing a couple podcasts. And that part made it much easier because it felt very intimidating at first. Even though some people do a very simple setup.
Yeah.
I think sound quality was always like really important to me because I had listened to some podcasts that it was hard to listen to because the sound, not necessarily the content. So yeah,
it's important to have all of it, I think. We met for several months though before we actually launched our podcast, and we talked through ideas of topics that we would talk about. It all came down to like storytelling and dealing with people, but like what did we want to focus on? And originally we had kind of thought about calling it Humans of Northwest Arkansas, kind of like, and bridging together my photography with the podcasting, which we did at the beginning. We got to photograph you.
We got some good shots. We got some really good shots.
Those were good.
It turned out to be a much bigger project than we could manage. And so we dropped the photography side of things. But one of the things that I brought to the table that really kind of resonated with what you've already said about people's stories is, as a documentary filmmaker, I meet people all the time and I'm like, oh my gosh, your story would be such a great documentary film. Your story would be such a great documentary. Your story, everyone's story would be a great documentary film. And I know some people don't think their stories are really all that great, but I feel like everyone has a part of their story that is compelling, that reaches people,
for
that really connects with others. And so this kind of turned into a new avenue to share stories of people in a little different packaged way. And so I think it's really, cool.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're just gonna let that sit for a second. You know what I mean? We're just gonna let that breathe. Okay.
I like that.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I mean, I think obviously this show being called Story Scaling, we as podcastvideos.com and then me as Bank specifically really believe in the power of story. I had a guest on here named Medina White, and she's just this phenomenal, compelling storyteller. She has a brand called Black Belt Voices. Her podcast is Black Belt Voices, and it just covers Black voices in the South and talks about stories that, I mean, really go untapped. Like people don't even discuss some of the stuff that she's bringing to the forefront. And to your point, like everybody has a story, and there's something that you can glean even from the most, what seems simple, because to your earlier point, it's a commonality. Like we realize like, oh man, I get sad too. Or like, oh man, I migrated here from somewhere else and now I try, it's just, you find these little nuggets that make you really connect with other people. And so I think it's dope that you guys went with People of Northwest Arkansas podcast. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
When we first started, like the first year and then going into the second, we were like, I feel like we were enjoying meeting people, hearing their stories, share their stories. And then we kind of started to see the impact that it was making.
Sure.
And not only just sharing the stories, but also the connecting people.
Yeah.
That had been on the show with other people. I don't know, like seeing, okay, this person just started a business with this person. Like just connecting people was a really fun part of that.
Yes.
And, right?
I don't know if y'all know, but like y'all popping in the streets.
Okay.
Like y'all really.
I don't know what that means.
I mean,
I do. Oh no, I like
Danielle, explain to Danielle what that means. Like,
Old. I don't know.
that means like
know this slang.
y'all having a lot of good visibility and good traction. Like people recognize your brand and they recognize, people of NWA. And the best thing I think now in today's time where you can get media so fast, there is credibility with you guys now. And they know that these stories are vetted and they're, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Their quality. And that's dope. Like, it's just really cool that you guys have been able to build that for sure.
That's something that's like, I feel like with podcasting is the consistency. Because sometimes it's just with anything, like even if you're passionate about it, just like staying consistent and like the timing and then the quality and the authenticity. That's why we like to meet everyone that we interview, and we want to share every story. We just don't have the time to. And so, but we really enjoy stories that will impact, because it just, especially with a few guests we talked about on our season 3 premiere, we looked back at some stories that really impacted us. And we had one that impacted me a lot was a local author. It's his first book, first time on a podcast, sharing his life experience. And he said something to me that like, and wrote me a letter about the impact in his specific community. And it really just like, that's my like why is the impact of sharing his story on his community.
Sure.
And when he wrote in his book, like, you never know what someone's walked through to be in front of you. I don't know, really like, it will stay
one
with
more time.
me
Say that one more time. Say that one more time. Say that one more time.
You never know what someone has walked through to be standing in front of you. And it was Tua Tony Lee who wrote it in his book, A Star on the Other Side. And it just, wow, it just like out of the whole book, I will carry that with me for the rest of my life, because you could be sitting here, like I'm looking at you, you look very polished, you're successful, but I only know through the music and what the story that you've shared, what you've walked through. So like it wipes away assumptions.
Right.
And I think it bridges that connection.
Yeah.
So that's really like at the heart of why we like to, and we love the feedback we get, because after season 2, we're like, do we move forward? And we've had an overwhelming amount of people be like, what you're doing is important. Please share it. So we're like, okay, like let's go forward and keep sharing.
Yeah.
All right, let's get.
One of these days, I'm going to get her to agree to doing an episode a week.
Where are you guys at right now?
Every 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So every other Wednesday we drop an episode.
It's time, Daniel.
I know.
I'm just.
It's time to elevate.
It's time. It's time.
I know.
All right, let's get practical.
Yeah.
Because I love inspiring. I love, you know what I mean? But I also love for people who are wanting to get started right now, what insights, what would you say to your early Danielle selves? What would you say to the creator that's out there sitting on the couch like how you were? I want to do it, but I don't know where to start. Like, let's kind of break that down a little bit. But first, question, trivia.
Oh.
What percentage of podcasts don't make it past episode 3?
Oh,
3?
Large percentage.
80?
Okay.
It's like 70 or 80.
I know it's got to be high.
Dang, bro. Y'all, it is.
It's 80?
Yeah.
It's 80%.
Oh my God.
How'd y'all know that?
You've probably heard like a bazillion times at conferences and in conversations.
Is that not mind-blowing?
No, that is. Yeah.
80% of all podcasts, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we see the super successful podcast, and then we hear people throw around jargon like, oh, everybody has a podcast, but it's still a very largely untapped market.
For sure.
And for all the people who have podcasts, like 8 out of 10 of them are not getting past episode 30. You know what I mean?
Well, and that's why that kind of is a good lead into some of the practical advice I would give is don't tell anybody what you're doing until you've already done it. Like, don't do it until you've done it. I don't know.
No, that's good.
Sense,
that's
Unless
good.
you want to use whatever, if they give you negativity for your fire to,
True.
like one of our future guests. that we've recorded with has said, that people saying, put down comments is what fueled the success. But you're right. It's like, it is a small amount and it's consistency. And hey, like maybe you do get to 8 episodes and you're like, I'm just not feeling this anymore. But I feel like as an entrepreneur or someone in media, like you just have to keep throwing, you just keep having to throw stuff out and see what sticks, right?
That's true.
And maybe it's a different avenue.
I think so.
We had a guest in here on a podcast yesterday, or maybe it was Wednesday, Malcolm Mitchell, former Super Bowl champion with the Patriots.
Wow.
Great guy. Now he writes children's books. And so,
I need to.
Most beautiful thing ever. Most beautiful thing ever.
Does he live locally?
I don't think he lives here. I think he was visiting. I think, but
I understand. It's Northwest
Arkansas.
We never know. People are in and out of here.
He could be here. He could be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's telling me, to your point about just consistency and just keep going. He writes children's books. So I'm thinking like, the cup is red. Flip the page. You know what I mean?
Llama, red pajama.
You know what I'm saying? Like, llama, red pajama. Hop on pop. Simple. And he's telling me, I'm like, what's the hardest part about writing children's books? And he's, saying you just got to stick with it. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? He's like, some of these books go through 100 drafts.
Oh, wow.
I said 100? He's like, yeah, I submitted 100 times and get told no. And then on the 101st time, they accept it. And I'm like, what? You know what I mean? So that really is the through line to anything that you want to do. Whether that's
fail a lot.
You know what I mean? Yes. Whether that's podcasting or children's books, it's like, you just keep going,
Yeah. You keep going and just hope that at some point, one of them succeeds. One of your ideas works. But you have to keep going.
What are the things that you don't think about when you get started? Like, I feel like there's so much that you don't know from a technical side of things, like what mic do I use? How do I record? But also there's so much that you don't know, kind of what you were talking about earlier. This is a heavy lift to do photography. And, so what are some of those things that you don't even think about when you start that now you could, see clearly or say to somebody?
I would say starting simple is one way. We don't do video podcasting for our for our show, and so it makes it a little simpler. But we also have a producer, so that has been a huge. I mean, Brock has poured so much into our podcast, and not just because we're recording with him and not because he's editing our episodes, but because he gives us feedback. Yeah. And he's encouraging when we do well, and he gives us feedback when we sound horrible. Like he doesn't
you need honest people.
I met Brock, he keeps it real.
Definitely. You need honest people in your circle,
Explain what a producer is for the listeners who might not know. What is that?
I mean, I would say that a producer would help kind of shape and form what you're trying to do. He's really been consistent in helping us stick to a certain amount of minutes. He's very, like if he's in the studio recording us, he's like, all right, come on, come on, let's go.
Or redo the opener.
Redo the opener, or he'll give us suggestions on the spot. Yeah. Then sometimes he'll give us feedback. And I think of like our first couple of episodes, especially our first episode, we kind of wrote everything out.
Yeah.
And we should have just had just an outline, just something that
bullet points.
We like wrote it out, and we wrote it out, and we rewrote it. We did all this. We were so nervous, and
wow.
And
I don't want to read.
Yeah.
Oh no,
nobody. I mean, not in a bad way.
We do like that. We'll get like a sheet with.
Oh, yes. I think having something written out is important, but not questions ahead of time. Yeah. But it was more of a script. And then he even told us that
Danielle, laugh right here. Oh.
That's literally.
No, but my favorite feedback that he gave us on like that first, I think it was the first episode.
Is this about your...
Where he was like, you sound like those SNL ladies, the like sweaty ball like ladies.
On SNL.
Where they're just like,
we were way too like monotone.
He's like,
that's great.
You need to like have more energy.
That's real. That's real.
Almost a little NPR smack. And I love NPR radio. Like, and next up.
And then there were like words that I would say too often. Like I kept saying absolutely. Because I was trying to not say or so I kept saying like absolutely.
She said absolutely. Crutch words. They'll help you with crutch
That's
words.
good. That's good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, he's sitting there editing it. He's
like, if I
hearing
hear you
everything.
say
everything.
absolutely one more time, I'm going to stop producing.
I
mean, he did kind of get on to that.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
Good. Yeah.
And those filler words, for me, it's like,
Oh, yeah.
it's, these are things that we just say when you don't even realize that you're saying
And
it.
so, yeah.
Absolutely.
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 Okay.
Like sometimes it fits though. And he's like, well, yes.
Right. I want you to give me the number one, if you're an aspiring creator, if you're somebody who wants to do a podcast, what is the number one, you must not do this?
Ooh, I guess doubt yourself.
Hmm.
I don't
good.
know. I mean, I would say trying to do everything on your own.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
I mean, I think everyone will have a little imposter syndrome to start.
Yeah.
But we had a guest and she, Jasmine, and she just said, I belong in the room.
Yeah.
Right?
I love her.
That's good.
And she's the owner of Black Paper Party. And she was on Shark Tank.
Oh, yeah.
And she came on her show and just said like,
Shout out to Jazz and Jay.
Jazzy J.
Jazzy J.
Yeah.
And
Love.
No, they the bomb. Like,
she just said, I belong in the room. So that's what I thought about, like not doubting yourself, just knowing that like you belong in the room too.
Yeah.
so important.
That's a big thing. I share that a lot. I actually talked about that on our first episode for season 3. That was one of my favorite podcast episodes that we did last season. And she just like how I just like came out of that episode like, yes, I can do all the
Yeah, for sure.
Danielle.
For sure.
That's what I
Yeah.
said not to do. Don't doubt
I love
your voice.
That's good.
Don't doubt that your artistic expression matters.
I love it.
Makes a difference.
That's good.
And I would say, I'm going to go in the opposite direction. Sorry, I'm not answering your question.
Well, I was
What
gonna,
not to do.
I was gonna ask you.
What you should do.
To do.
Dang, you read my.
Oh, did
That was-
I did.
She's got vision. She's like
That's not even on this paper, but that was gonna be the question. Like, what's the number one
telepathy.
do? Like, you must do this thing for you above all else. Like, if nothing else, you have to do this thing. What would you say that is?
Oh, that changes what I was going to say.
Well, give me both of them.
So what I was going to say at first was one of the things that I think is really valuable to consider when you're doing this is if you are not technical and you don't know how to do all the things that are incorporated into a podcast, like start simple, start with just recording on your phone. It might not sound great, but then that way you can hear your voice and you can get feedback from people. If you can hire somebody to produce it for you, do that. Also, like, I am a huge fan of like trading services with people.
Absolutely.
Like as a photographer, I'm like, hey, will you do this for me? And I will trade you pictures. Obviously there has to be.
Yeah.
But if you have something, that you can offer someone else, like don't be afraid to enter it into that.
Yeah.
To that. And so that would be my one piece of advice. I'd say the thing that you should absolutely do is vet your guests. If you're interviewing people.
Yes.
If you don't know the person already, like you don't have like a pretty good understanding of who they are, what, like for us, who they are, what their impact is on the community, that sort of thing, meet with them, have coffee with them before you have them in the studio.
So get on the same page.
Just
make sure it's a match.
And so we've kind of moved into that just through experience of having people come on that we didn't know very well, and it just not going great. We've never had anything that was like horrible,
Right.
But just to a point,
Maybe not an alignment.
For sure.
Not an alignment.
Not that they did anything wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
What they're doing matters. It just maybe wasn't an alignment.
When the line the best fit at that time.
Yeah.
That's great.
Exactly.
And so there's just a lot of things that I think play into that. And it also helps you as a podcast host, especially if you're doing an interview style podcast, you kind of start to hear a little bit more about them, get to know things about them that maybe wouldn't come out in the show, and you can kind of keep a mental note of that.
That's great.
Put it in your outline of questions that you want to ask and things you want to kind of talk about. So,
Yeah.
That's great.
yeah.
I think there's something to be said about how you have to go through the rough patch when you're starting.
Yes.
Like them first 3 episodes, they're gonna be not the best, you know. But that's part of it. You know what I mean? Like,
Surprise, Babe's the 3rd episode. No, just
Yeah.
which was good, by the way. Which
You were the 3rd
I was about to say, which was good. Like that.
Actually, you might have been. No, I don't think you were. I think Coco might have been our 3rd episode.
Yeah.
That was our first.
Oh, it was Coco and then
was our
Raj.
first.
So I might have been the 3rd.
Raj.
You might have
I
been
think
the
you might have
I
been
mean,
the third.
well,
Do you remember what his name stands for? Because I do.
I know you do, and I don't.
So,
More trivia?
yeah, let's go. Actually, we're about to do rapid fire, but I do want to know what this
Wrap
is.
it? I have to wrap it?
No.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, she got excited out there. Like,
She's gonna do it. She will come. She's coming.
give me the acronym for bonus points.
Oh, so believe,
Yep.
aspire, achieve, now go.
Hey, we gotta put some confetti on screen. And
Oh my gosh.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's
And my
fine.
favorite song on his new album is Smoke,
Oh, thank you. I love that one.
because he's the new Scream King.
What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing tomorrow?
Oh, I don't know.
So I'm doing my annual music festival at the Fayetteville Town Center.
Yeah.
It's called Bang in the Gang. 10 different artists, food vendors, free. Like it's gonna be super lit. So family friendly.
Okay.
From 6 to 10. I'll probably go on around like 8:30.
Okay.
But I mean, if you
Yeah.
want to have a good time,
Oh,
bring out the
that
film.
sounds
We're expecting like maybe 500 or so people.
Wow.
And so it's going to be, and it's a long, cool story about how, you know, you got to create space for others and highlight people's story and paint where it ain't. Kind of do it for yourself when other
Yeah.
people aren't doing it. You know what I mean? And so this will be the 7th year that we've done it. And it's,
I love the community you're building. And just so you know, his new album is like Stadium Superstar.
Yep. Status superstar.
Yes. It is the ultimate, like think about Rocky going up the steps. Like I feel like that whole album is like a champion
I
album.
appreciate that.
But he also talks about, he shares some of his story in the little tidbits. And Sam Lyon.
Yep.
And the first song, is it In
My Bones. Yep.
Yeah, where he talks about
She's like
She doing some
she's an
homework.
expert on your music. But she loves
I do love
such a deep
So
love of
when I
music.
work, I love all music.
Yeah.
Like all music. But when I work out, I either like heavy metal, screaming metal,
Yeah.
and then
I did
not know that.
yeah, I like to like lift weights.
And you got to get there.
I
Like,
knew
you got
the rap and hip hop, but I did not know the screaming.
And I also love the old Linkin Park album that he did with Jay-Z because
good
it's like a
stuff.
blend of two
Yeah, you get the best of both
genres.
worlds. Yeah.
But I called him the Scream King because his new album has a few tracks where I don't know if it's like screaming.
I mean, it's screaming.
It's screaming. And I was like, yeah, he's like bringing the energy, bringing the passion, talking about where he came from and where he is now. It's like the ultimate like champion.
Yeah. So first of all, thank you so much. Like that's another applause right
you didn't
there.
realize she was such a big
No, I like, well, the beautiful thing is that's why
I'm like, I'm going to just hide in
It's okay. It's
you took some great photos. We're still riding off that high. You know what I mean?
exactly.
We're still riding off that high. But that's why we made the project. Like my producer actually works here now. Shout out to Pro Kid. But we made it for that. That's why it's called Stadium Status. We wanted to have this larger than life feel, and we wanted it to be the theme song for Champions.
love it.
And so
I
whether
didn't
you're
even
getting
know that.
no, that's why
Like it's a Rocky inspired.
right, like you nailed it. Like but this
What
is
you're going for, absolutely.
this is the best compliment you can get because it's like we sat down and said like that's what we want people to take away from it.
Yeah.
You know, the Springdale Junior High School just like used that as their football song, and
Oh
you know
my
what I mean. So
God,
just some real beautiful stuff like that. But if you listen to Smoke, I am screaming like
He is.
I'm belting, and you can hear me say in the background of the song, I just got lightheaded. I thought I was gonna pass out when I was rapping it because I was just like, it was just full energy. So I'm just in there like,
I love screaming.
and then
music.
I get to a point there where I'm just
I
like,
had no idea.
I'm gonna stop yelling right now. I might pass out. So
If you did and got back up, they'd be like, yeah,
exactly.
part of the
I
show.
left it all out there. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Invitation is extended if you guys
Thank
are
you so
available.
much.
Bring the whole family. It'll be awesome. before we get out of here, let's do some rapid fire.
Okay.
Question for you guys. Which Danielle...
Oh, I like this already. This is the part that might go viral.
So are we like pointing to the other? Okay.
Or raise your hand. If you think it's you, raise your hand or point to the, like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Or point to the. Which Danielle is more likely to crack a joke mid-interview?
Okay, no, you're right. It is me. Yeah. I guess.
That could go both ways.
It could go
That could go both ways. Okay. Which Danielle is more detail oriented about editing? Okay. Are you like, it is what it is?
She's
like,
a creative gal.
Yeah.
I'm a little more of the analytical.
We don't need to edit anything.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm like, Brock, at this second, take that out.
Yeah. Okay.
Just tell me when it's done.
Just put it exactly.
I listen to every episode before it comes out, and I
love that.
I do listen to it before it comes out, and then once we like release it, I listen to it as well. I love listening.
multiple.
Yeah, actually, our episode that we just released, I listened to it 2 times on Spotify.
Girl, give us those downloads.
As you should.
Yeah.
This is the first time
As you should.
really listened to just the 2 of us talk for some.
Just the two.
No, we can make it if we try. Okay.
We can.
Which Danielle is more likely to tear up during a heartfelt interview?
She cries. No, some of the
Brock will tell
feedback
us,
Brock
don't
gave
cry.
was,
Stop
please
crying.
stop crying on the podcast.
No way.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
And then I was like, it's just a little toned down.
Yeah.
It's just like
You cried during mine.
She did.
Yeah, you cried during mine.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Yeah.
For
No, I
sure.
love that about
I
her.
love it.
No,
Okay.
I have no shame.
No, yeah. I mean, tears are necessary sometimes.
Yeah.
Which Danielle has the bigger sweet tooth on recording days? Neither. Okay.
I just chug coffee.
Yeah.
Coffee.
We drink some more coffees.
Should we? Okay.
I feel like it's even. How many cups have you had today so far?
I've only had 3 today.
Okay, she has way more.
I usually have more. I usually have like 2 cups and then like a double or triple espresso.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Iced coffee. It's a problem.
It is a problem for both of us.
We're both highly
I
caffeinated.
love coffee.
Best coffee shop around?
Ooh, don't make
I
that. Say
ain't trying
that.
to- Last question. That's the last question.
Okay, hold on.
Best well, not best because I think we are
love
we're the
confident.
coffee capital of the
Yes.
world to me.
Yeah.
Like we got some real good coffee here. So shout out to all the coffees. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna shout them all out.
Different vibes because we probably meet at Confident the most, and Confident, we've had, Amber on our show.
Yes.
And we love Confident. I feel like I was actually just thinking about this the other day, how they all kind of bring their own,
Absolutely.
they all have figured out their own kind of niche
Yep.
vibe. And so we will kind of mix it up as usually always Confident, Onyx, or Airship.
Yeah.
I love all 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't go wrong.
No, you can't go wrong.
Love it.
I would say number 1 for me would be Confident Coffee, followed
Love it.
by Airships.
Yeah.
That'd be my.
We got a lot of love for all of them.
Yeah, I have a lot of love for all of the coffee shops. And just, I think it's really cool when you find coffee where it's made locally. It's roasted locally.
Yeah.
So I do like Third Space as well. So
I do also like Third Space.
Best Friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brooke's amazing.
It's just totally amazing.
I was actually thinking about adopting a dog, so maybe I'll.
Yeah.
We need to talk about that.
I know.
I have an idea for you.
All right.
Shout out the podcast. Where can we follow you guys, find you, give us a sneak peek of season 3, what to expect,
Yeah.
and then we'll end on that note.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so you can find us at People of NWA Podcast on Instagram.
Love it.
And you can tell them our website address.
It's the same thing as People of Northwest Arkansas podcast.com. Stream us Spotify, Apple, really anywhere you get your podcasts. And then on Instagram, it's great to follow us because we will post little like sneak peeks of what we're doing. We've got some really good guests coming up.
Love it.
And some are new to the area, some are from here, but we're kind of shaping the season into people that are doing things on like what's to come, like new versioning of things in the area. So it's been fun.
Yeah. very exciting. So a couple of other things to mention are that we are nominated for 9 RCAST awards.
Nice.
9.
I mean,
That's major.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So last year we won Podcasters of the Year,
Wow.
which were nominated again for that, and multiple other awards. And so,
Congrats.
so yeah, people can go and vote for that.
Please.
And then also we do giveaways on our Instagram. So if you like local coffee,
Love it.
if you like local businesses and want to support them, we try to support them through just partnering with them on giveaways and just kind of giving back to the community.
Love
Not just, we're giving back through telling stories, but we also like to experiences.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. For sure.
And if you're someone who's an aspiring podcaster, we have young people reach out. I always encourage people to do that. We'll respond. Well, you manage social media, but if you email us, I will respond.
Love it.
And
DM, I will respond.
we've had a lot of young people come and ask us how to get started or want to get involved. So we just encourage people to reach out. We always want to talk to anybody who's
and we've had opportunities to do that. We've talked to students at
high school, college, elementary.
I love it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Thanks for having us.
No, Danielle and Danielle, thank you guys for coming. We will do this again. Mark whether I'm on your show again or you come back.
Yeah.
Sure.
We will do it again. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you
for having us.